lucky bastards are listening to, wouldn't you know it? And if you're listening, that means you really are a lucky
What's
bastard.
up, guys?
You
Today
apparently
I'm
won the
going to be
genetic
showing you
lottery
a video
and can't
of
catch
my
the green poison like
Tactician's build.
95% of the rest
Since
of humanity.
1.7
Oh no, you had it
now,
good.
I've gotten back
You got to sit
into
around
the
eating
division a whole
bonbons,
lot, and I
watching
love
people
it.
you loved wither
Now
and
that
dying,
1.8
get
is
wrapped
going,
in hefty bags,
TTS is
dumped in a mass
currently
grave with no funeral or gravestone or nothing.
See,
Yeah.
I figured I'd leave you guys
We
a
got a
video
golden ticket,
on
didn't
some
we?
of the builds that
Like
I
the
have.
fucking 80s all
Since
over
people
again.
are maybe coming in or coming back from a
But what
long
I
time,
want to know,
I have a few
is
builds
this.
that I think are pretty stellar.
green poison.
Specifically, today, the Tactician.
where'd it come from?
So let's take a look.
Some yuppie scum
This is my Tactician's build that we are rocking, and let me just make this clear. It does not need to be exactly what I have, just have the same principles in the goal, alright? So what I run is, I run a hybrid build using the Ninja Bike Messenger bag to combine 3 pieces of Tacticians to make it 4 with the Ninja Bike, allowing me to have 15% skill haste, 10% skill power, and the final 4th set bonus. Every bullet your group hit enemies with adds 0.2% skill power to you for a max of 30% bonus. Now this is pretty quick. It adds it pretty quick. If a full team is firing, you have 30% pretty much all the time. Now the bonus is consumed on skill use, which is fine. Like I said, you get it pretty quick. Then I use a 1-piece combined with the Ninja Bike Messenger bag of a defense mask, giving me 15% protection from elites. I use this because this build is not for PvP. I cannot make this clear. I tried this in PvP, did not go well. So this is specifically PvE only. You can try it in PvP to see if I'm lying or not, but you're going to have a bad time. Alright? Now, final piece, Holster of the Nomad. Not specifically the Holster of the Nomad, but 1-piece Nomad combined with the Ninja Bike gives me 2 set piece for 15% health on kill. This is so key with this build because if you can see, my toughness is stellarly low at 241,000. Now, my skill power is really high and my primary firepower is low. Now, you might be wondering, why am I not running all electronics? The reason for this is because of my Vector 45. This talents on this give me so much better results than just having full skill power. So first off on it is talented. Killing a target with this weapon increases skill power by 15% for 20 seconds. The effect does not stack. Killing a new target refreshes the timer. Now, although it says with this weapon, you do not need to get the kill with the Vector. You can just have one of your skills use it and get a kill, and it still works. Alright? Now, that 15% increase, it's pretty significant whenever you have a full stack of 30% from Tactician's build, plus this 15 giving you a 45% increase. I can get this, with this and the 30% increase, my skill power from 297 can go up to about 410,000, just about. That's a pretty significant increase. Now the next one, which I think this needs to be on pretty much almost every build that's for PvE, especially Tacticians. Determined. Killing a target reduces all skill cooldowns by 7.5%. This is ridiculously good for any Tactician's build and any build in PvE. Really, it's kind of amazing, specifically. So with this, it brings all my skills up way faster. Now this is not a talent that is needed. I would say that for this Tactician's build, you want talented and determined. They are key parts, but commanding, not so much. Every kill performed while the signature skill is active extends its duration by 20%. It's pretty good. If you're able to get those final bullets that be able to get the kill on enemies and extend the duration, you can get it going pretty long. But if not, it's not that great. But, you know, it's the only one that I thought was necessary so far whenever I've been re-rolling. I might find something else that I might like better. Who knows? But that's why I don't run full electronics. I need to be able to unlock the determined skill, which is key. This hands down I need. So, as I said, this all does not need to be exactly the same to make this build great. Now, let's take a quick look at the mods I have on my SMG. All of these are going to be crit damage. This is a magazine size one, but this is also crit damage. The reason why is because I'm going to be running the pulse torrent Whenever it shoots an enemy, it creates a pulse. Then I can damage it. That's where my crit chance comes from. So then I want to run crit damage on my vector. Now, the mods on all of my pieces are either going to be skill haste, as you can see on these firearms, or skill power, or I'm pretty sure is this one? Yeah, or skill power. I don't have any health. I didn't care for health. Now, my performance mods are pulse critical hit damage, critical hit chance, and critical hit chance. You might be wondering why, because I'm not running pulse. It's again because of the turret. The turret pulse 1 will pulse enemies, giving me a higher crit chance and crit damage. Now, my secondary weapon, it doesn't matter. I never have it out. I'm only using this one so that way I can proc the talented perk. But let's go ahead and check out my skills. Now, as I was saying, this is my turret, and I'm running the active sensor one. Increases the turret's damage and pulses attack targets, making them visible to all allies. But this also increases your crit chance. It gives you the basic version of the pulse, giving you a 38% crit chance and 36.10% crit hit damage. This is specifically for me and mine and my build. That 38% higher is because of those performance mods. So, this is really key. If you're running a turret, you definitely want to run the active sensor one. Don't run the flame turret. Don't run the zapper turret. You want to run the active sensor one. This does the most damage out of all. This can stop enemies, but this does all-out damage, and that's what you want for this skill build, for this Tactician's build. Now, the next one is the Seeker Mines. You want to run the Cluster Bomb. Never use the gas charge, and the Air Burst is okay for stopping enemies and maybe your Firecrest build, but we're not running that. And never run the base Seeker Mine. It doesn't do nearly as much damage as what these Cluster Bombs can do. Now, I run whatever link I need to. Solo, recovery link. You know, whenever I'm with a group, I run tactical link. I pretty much never run survivor link. But now these two are enhanced by the talents that I run. First talent. Applying bleed to any target triggers a 30% chance per each target in a 10-meter radius. This is so good because of the Seeker Mines. The Seeker Mines cluster bomb one, it causes bleed to affect almost 50% of the time. With that, you could affect all of the enemies within a 10-meter radius, just about 30% of the time. That's really good because it lasts for, I'm pretty sure bleed lasts for 5 seconds and ticks for every second. With my skill power build, this can, the bleed does about 45,000 damage. 45,000 damage for every second. That's a significant amount of damage over 5 seconds. So, that's why I run that. Now the next one is the kill hostile with an explosion, increase explosion damage by 20% for 15 seconds. This is also because of the cluster bombs. Because they separate, they kill one enemy, and they go to another, increase 20% damage. That's a whole lot of more damage whenever it comes to it. This one, you want to run for pretty much any PvE activity, in my opinion, to extend the duration by killing a hostile by 10%. That's really good for the turret. The cluster bombs, not so much. It's not really going to matter. Whenever you send those out, they're going to be used up immediately. If not, you're not doing it right. The turret, though, is really good. The turret is the key part of this. The turret gets most of the kills, so this, extending its duration, is going to be key. Now, the last one. Damage multiple hostiles with an explosion to apply 20% more damage from the blast. This is also because of the cluster bombs. This and this, whenever they're both active, a 40% increase in damage is significant. You can just see it, the damage numbers, whenever it happens. So those are the talents and the skills that I'm running currently. And this is the build that I'm running. Does not need to be specifically what I'm running. Does not need to be exactly the same. It just needs to have the same concept. And the reason why I'm saying this, and it's gonna, in my title, it's gonna be to 1.7 to 1.8. I'm not gonna run the 6-piece Tactician's build. I don't believe any of the 6-piece builds out there are, I don't think they're any good, really. you're sacrificing too much when you can make hybrids with the ninja bike. The ninja bike is so key now that they changed it. I think it's the greatest change they've made to the game. So, that guy is skating around. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to a weekly HVT to give you some gameplay.
I can't even. Heard some bad things about this one, but you should be able to handle it.
Approaching marked location.
We got cleaners. Fire.
Warning. Hostile detected nearby.
If you hadn't showed up, things might have gone very different. I'm glad I'm fighting with you.
Warning. Enough detected. Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
Things might have gone very different.
Warning. Incoming. Detected.
Things might have gone very different.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected. Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected.
I'm glad I'm fighting with you.
High-value target has been eliminated.
So that is some gameplay for you guys about how to use this build also, and to see how effective it is. First off, at the beginning there, I put the turret on top of the car, bad spot. You want to throw it on top of these, the barriers on top of trucks or something like that, because then the heavies can't come over and kick it. Also, try to throw the seeker bombs behind heavies, not in front of them like I did to that one guy who was right here. Also, I forgot one thing to show you guys before we go. Here it is. We got that 20% health on kill because of some of the stats on my armor. Like I said, that doesn't really matter. Just the specific set pieces that you want. Here's where you want, though. On your set pieces and all the armors that you want to have some skill haste on that, okay? Skill haste up to 43%. If you go over 50, it's pointless because it caps out at 50. It can... Excuse you. Alright? It caps out at 50. It'll say, like, hey, you got 52% skill haste. You don't. You only have 50. It caps out at 50. So don't overextend it to a higher amount, alright? So that's the one key part that I wanted to show you. Also, on your armor pieces, you want to roll, instead of exotic damage resilience, you want to roll skill power. Like on here, I have enemy armor damage. I would really enjoy skill power instead. And right there, see on the mask, you want skill power. On here, you want whatever weapon you're using, most likely an SMG, skill haste, and then health on kill for your gloves. And then as your holster, you want skill haste again. Your backpack, you want to run health. I suggest health, so that way you can even out so you have a little bit more health, and then you even though capacity, so that way you can get your stacks up really high. Alright? Thank you so much for watching the video. Please leave a like and subscribe. Be most appreciated. Love you guys. You guys have a nice day.